Hi there, in this video we are going to find the surface area of a rectangular prism. So to start with, you need to know what a prism is. A prism is a 3D figure that has two parallel congruent faces called bases. This here rectangular prism, lucky for you, you don't have to worry about the parallel congruent faces because all of these faces are rectangles. Over here we have a cube. All of the faces here are squares. Is a triangular prism. That means that you have two triangles that are parallel and congruent, and I will outline those for you right now. That's fine. So here is one triangle, one triangle, and the other triangle is back here. And they are parallel, which means that they are on opposite sides, and they are congruent, which means that they are the same size and the same shape. So they call this a triangular prism because the triangles are considered your bases. And now in this picture, you actually have a pentagon for your bases. So there's one pentagon and then the pentagon in the back. All right, so that actually makes this a pentagonal prism because the two parallel congruent faces are the pentagons. All right. Some important vocabulary that you need to know. Faces are the flat surfaces on a 3D shape. So the front side of a rectangular prism, that is a face. The top is a face. The left and the right side, those are faces. The bottom is a face, right? The flat surfaces, right? So let me just draw it out for you. So here's an example of a face. That I have colored in for you is a face right there. Okay, the edge is a line where two of the surfaces meet. So by edge, we are talking about these outlines here. All right, so basically your black lines, those are your edges. All right. A vertex is the corners. So here is I'll show you the corners. So here is a vertex. Here is a vertex. Here's a vertex. Here's a vertex. Okay, so a vertex is where your corners are, where your two edges meet. And congruent means the same size and shape. All right, moving on. So a rectangular prism is a 3D solid shape that has 6 faces that are rectangles. So all 6 of these faces are rectangles. A cube, on the other hand, has 6 faces that are all squares. So they're all the same size. Surface area is the measure of the total area of a 3D figure. So everything on the outside, that is surface area. So we have to find the area of each face and then add them up. So here's our first example of a rectangular prism. And we're going to work first on the front and the back side. So we're going to first start finding the area of the front side and the back side. So here is our front face. All right, so the bottom is 5 and the side here is 4. You can see it from there. So 5 times 4, which will get you 20. So 5 times 4 is 20, and whatever is in the front is the same thing in the back. So that is also 5 times 4, which is 20. And just in case you can't see that, here is the back rectangle, okay? The side here is 4, and the bottom part is 5. All right, next we're going to talk about the top and the bottom. So the top is right here, so let's make this be a different color. And let's outline the top and bottom. So here's the top. All right, so the top has 5 and 4. So 5 times 4, which will get you 20, and here's the bottom. Whoops, I said 5 times 4. This should be 3. And that's 3 because, and this is why we check, because this side is 3 down here. So if this length is 3, then this length is also 3. So this is really 5 times 3. So 5 times 3, which is 15, and 5 times 3, which is 15. So the top and bottom rectangles are 15. Now we're going to talk about the left and the right side. So, all right, so here's the left side. Whoops. So here is the left side, and here's the right side. All right, so the left side, the dimensions are this bottom piece right here is 3 because of it's 3 on this side. So this piece is 3, and this piece over here is the same as this piece, which is 4. So we're going to do 4 times 3, which is 12. So this is actually 12, and whatever's on the right side is the same on the left. So again, this is 4, as we found earlier, and 3. So our total, we just take all of these numbers and add them up. Now I prefer to chunk them, or you can, once you get the front rectangle, 20, you can multiply it by 2 and get 40. Once you get the top rectangle, which is 15, multiply it by 2 and get 30. So whatever you want to do to make it easy, you just need to come up with a total, which is all of the areas of each face all together, and you end up getting 94 inches squared. We're talking about area, so area is always squared. All right, and in our next shape here, we have, our next slide, I should say, we have a cube. So in a cube, the 6 faces, the front, back, left, right, top, and bottom, they're all the same size, therefore they have the same area. So each face has the same area. So really, realistically, you can actually just figure out what the front square is, what the area of the front square is, and then multiply it by 6 if you wanted to. But I'm still going to work it out just so I can give you a little bit of extra practice and just to show you. So the front square, what I'm talking about when I say the front square, is this right here. So the front square is this, and that is 3 times 3, which will get you, whoops, this is a 3, which will get you 9. So 3 times 3, which is 9, and whatever's in the front is also the same in the back. So the back rectangle is also 3 times 3, which is 9. All right, now the top and the bottom. So here is what I'm talking about when I say the top. So this top rectangle, or I should say square, right, is 3 and 3. So 3 times 3 is 9. And whatever's on the top is also the same on the bottom. So 3 times 3 gets you 9. So your top and bottom squares are 9. In the area of the right and the left side, so what I mean by that is, so here's the right side. So here's the right side. The right side is 3 and 3, and the left side is also 3 and 3. So here's 3 and 3. So 3 times 3, which gets you 9. So the right square is 9, the left square is 9, which means that your total, which means all this added together, so 9 plus 9 plus 9 plus 9 plus 9 plus 9, or 9 times 6, will get you 54 inches squared. All right, so just some concluding thoughts. A prism has 2 parallel congruent faces called bases. That's what makes it a prism. A rectangular prism has bases that are rectangles, or you could think of it as all 6 faces are rectangles. A cube has bases that are squares, or all 6 faces are squares. Alright guys, so that is how to find the surface area of a rectangular prism. Thank you for watching.